Finally, J Sharp, my own time slot in the building. A place where I can do my thing. Say the things that I feel like need to be said. Get some stuff off my chest. I hope everybody's ready, cause we get ready to do some real talking up in here. Here we go. You know who it is. Yeah. I've been waiting for a chance to speak my heart, so it's time for real talk with your man J Sharp. Nothing's off limits, we'll talk about it all. So sit back, relax, and let's have a ball. Bringing my swag to the topics of the world, saying what most folks won't, cause I'm that bold. Let's have some fun, cause the show's about to start. Are you ready for real talk with your man J Sharp? Yo, what up, everybody? It's your man J Sharp. We in the building. I want to welcome everybody to our very first edition of Real Talk with your man J Sharp. I guess it would be redundant of me not to start this off the way I start off all of the other shows that we have on Indie Evolution and on our station. So I want to send a shout out to the man upstairs for allowing us to be able to start us a plethora of brand new platforms, brand new shows that we able to give the people and give the listening audience. So, big shout out to all the other Indie Evolution shows. We've had a very good night getting back on the air and getting back in connection with all the people. But I gotta be honest, it's my time right about now. I figured it was about time that, we stopped doing all the talking on the music shows and we let the music do its own talking. So, I got my own time slot. I got my own opportunity, to say the things that I need to say about some of the topics that's going on out here in the world and the stuff that's going on around us. So, I hope everybody ready to, sit back, relax, because it ain't no music going on. We getting ready to have a good time. Some of it's going to be serious. Some of it ain't. Some of it's going to be funny. But then again, some of it might strike a few nerves. So I hope you got the stomach for this, because it's about to go down. We having a ball, and, we just getting some things off our chests. So I'm going to tell you right now, I got a few topics that I want to get into within the next few minutes. I got a half hour to sit here and rap with y'all about some things that's on my mind. First and foremost, I want to remind everybody that if you're listening in, you got something to say, you can hit us up on the chat line. We got our chat room open right here on the site, or you can hit me up on Facebook. You can hit me up. It's J Sharp, facebook.com/J Sharp. And, get your questions in, get your comments in. Let me know what you're thinking and some of the stuff that we getting ready to be talking about. So, without any further ado, I feel like it's time that we should get into the first topic of the evening. I'm trying to decide which end I want to start on and which end of the spectrum I want to go from. But I think I want to talk about what I've been hearing about all day long. And it's killing me because, it's so many angles that it's coming from, and there's so many people that's got so many opinions about this whole man-child Teo situation that's going on. Now, me personally, okay, I'm keeping it 100 because this is real talk all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? I can see where all the skepticism comes from with some of these people, because there's some very unexplained questions. There's some things that have no answers to them. And people expect answers. People expect stuff to make sense when they talking and when they asking questions about a certain situation or a certain story. So, when you got all this stuff that's happening in regards to the fact that now all of a sudden you find out that your girlfriend who was supposed to be your girlfriend wasn't your girlfriend and she don't exist, and everybody start questioning whether or not you actually got a part in this whole shenanigan hoax, falsicity. I can really understand where some people would question that, because there are a lot of areas where, how you and Now, wait a minute, because before I say that, I gotta go on and say this. I done seen this whole catfish show and the whole thing like that. And, I understand there's people out there that really are that naive to not want to see somebody face to face that they meeting, or maybe they self-confidence ain't where it needs to be, and they trying to find love in whatever place they can find it in, but they don't take on the responsibility of meeting somebody face to face. And that way you can see and know that the person that you're talking to, even over the internet, online, even though, because they was talking on the phone too. So how you talk on the phone to somebody and you're not really engaged in who they are, or be able to say that you've met them face to face and person to person. So I do understand all these questions that's arising in regards to whether or not he has a part in this. But at the same token, I have seen the whole catfish thing, and I don't know how real it is or how fake it is. But I do understand that if there's 40 and 50-year-old old men out here that's out here being predators and chasing after 12, 13, 14 and younger kids that's out here on the internet, just so happens, then, and that's real. You think it's fake? It's real. And if that's real, it's definitely a possibility that Mantel did have some sort of relationship with this woman online, and they hadn't met, and they lived in two different places, and he'd never seen her before, and this is all a hoax that's been played on him. And don't get me started on that whole avenue, because once you take it down that road, now what's sick, boy, and you know what? I'm telling you now. I told y'all I'm going to break you in lightly tonight. So I ain't going to do no whole bunch of swearing or nothing like that. But I got a few choice words for some of these topics that's going to probably come up. So please don't hold it against me. But I'm letting you know that when I get in my feelings and I get to saying what's on my mind and what's on my heart, it might not come out the way everybody wanted to come out. It might not be politically correct. But I tell you what, I stand firm on the stuff and the shit that I say when I say it. So I'm just going to ease it in quietly and swiftly this evening. But I'm gonna tell you now that if predators are real, this is real. And if this is real, whoever had the audacity or had the gall to pull some sick prank on this young man that's out here trying to get he's out here balling his tail off on the football field. He's going to one of the top schools in the nation. Whoever, man, you sick. You're sick. You need some counseling. You need to be locked away for a good amount of time for some ignorant, because that's ignorant. But that just shows, I guess, I was saying it to Shauna B earlier when we was talking about it, that even the ignorant people are fulfilling their purpose in life, because if they not ignorant, the world will never see how ignorant people can be. And if you don't see how ignorant people can be, then you will stay naive to the things that's going on around you, and you won't have your head on a swivel, and you won't be able to see the bullshit when it's coming straight at you. So I tell you what, lesson learned for Mr. Mantal Teo, I guarantee it, because right now, he don't know which way to turn. And it's sad because it goes all the way down to his draft stock being affected. People don't know whether or not they want to pick him up because they don't know what the facts are to this story. They don't know how it's going to affect draft day, where he's going to fall in, what his next level income could possibly be, because anybody who's not a football fan and don't understand the game don't understand that the fact the higher you get drafted, the more money you make coming out of college. So the lower you fall in the draft behind some old nonsense or some BS that somebody's pulling, or some hoax that's got people iffy about your character, about your mental stability, about your capabilities to make leadership decisions, you affecting more people than just yourself. And it's crazy that people are ignorant enough to want to affect somebody else's life because they hate their own that bad. It's insane to me. My granddaddy always told me that it takes 24 hours a day, 365 days a year to take care of my own business. I ain't got time for nobody else's. So, whoever is pulling this hoax, if it's a hoax, and I hate to say that I hope that it is a hoax, but I would rather it be a hoax than to know that this young man who was in the Heisman running, who has done his just due for the Notre Dame football program, to be caught up in some travesty of such. I would hate that it would be that simple for him to be caught up in that based upon publicity or something of that nature. But I'm bold in saying that whoever done took this time and done this to these young men, they need boy, they need to be caught up in an alley somewhere and get their ass whooped something fierce, because the law, justice system, it ain't gonna do you right, because it ain't like you gonna go in the pen and be treated like a child molester or nothing like that. You gonna go in there and you gonna tell your little stories and you gonna do what you do, and you'll survive your little time, and you'll get out, and it'll be like a slap on the wrist. Somebody need to whoop your ass and cripple you, bruh. I'm telling you, because it ain't right. It ain't right. But anyway, you know what? I let me stop right there on that one, because I'm gonna get in my feelings. I could go on and on and on, but I gotta cover some more ground, easing y'all in, because we ain't gonna cover so many topics each and every evening. But tonight, I just these are some things that's been going on out here that I gotta address, So give me just a second. Let me wet my whistle, because I'm rapping with you. I'm talking to you. So I gotta get something, a nice, cool, refreshing drink on my tongue right about now. Give me just 1 second. Okay, now I'm back with you. Now, the whole thing about it is I got to talk about some other things, because, like I say, we in the prime heart, and I ain't said it before, but I'm saying it now. We in the prime heart of playoff season of the NFL. Your man, Jay Sharp, is an avid football fan, so I love the game to the heart. And I got to talk about some of these moves that's been going on out here, even before the Super Bowl is taking place. It's a lot of folks that lost their jobs on, what was it, New Year's Eve. So it was like, Happy New Year. You're no longer coaching the professional team of your city, so you're now looking for a job. Hey, and I'm going to have to tell you that being a hometown kid and being from Kansas City, my Chiefs they was in that same boat, man. We had to go and get rid of the coach. Had to get him on out of there, man. He just wasn't holding it down. He wasn't doing his job. But, hey, I gotta say, I'm pretty pleased about the moves that have been made in Kansas City as far as the Chiefs are concerned thus far. I'm still, the jury's still out, because we got a quarterback issue that we got to deal with, and we're gonna get to that here in a second. But I gotta say, I'm one of those who will gladly welcome Andy Reid into Kansas City, because I've seen the success that Andy has had, and even in being in Philadelphia, he may have not won his Super Bowl when Donovan and Terrell got to the Super Bowl, but you know what? When you have taken a team to a Super Bowl, and you have gone through so many ups and downs and trials and tribulations with a different team, with all these different players that you have, all these personas, all these mega giants in the sports world, you understand that every now and again an organization might even get stale to you as a head coach. So you need a fresh start, and Kansas City happens to be a city that needs a fresh start. We've dealt with all these coaches who are either they've been mediocre or they've been non-seasoned. They haven't really, been in the trenches that long. So, there's been a lot that's been put on their shoulders when they come into Kansas City and attempt to coach our football team, because there's a lot of expectations. Kansas City, we love our football and we love our Chiefs, no matter how bad they are or how good they can be. We see the talent that's there, but sometimes we don't have the right foundation that's set. It shocks me that Pioli is out of the door already. I thought we was getting ready to build a winner as soon as, in thinking about him coming from the Patriots. But since he couldn't get it done with Todd Haley, couldn't get it done with Matt Castle, I understand the whole revamping process by Clark, because the Hunt legacy has got to live on. And with it living on, there's got to be changes. The team is getting younger. It's time to bring in some fresh meat and allow some of these young men to go out here and earn their paychecks, as far as I'm concerned. So, I hate to see Scott Pioli go. I thought he was going to build us a winner. But, of course, we wish him luck wherever he ends up. But there is one issue that we got to address before we get to any kind of next season, and that's that quarterback issue. I'm gonna tell you now, Brady Quinn ain't the dude. We already figured out that Matt Castle ain't the dude, and I tried to be on Matt's team as much as I could possibly be, but see, Matt just don't he just don't have it all going his way, and Kansas City seemed not to be the place to be where he was going to be able to shine. So, good luck to Matt Castle wherever he's at. If he ends up staying in Kansas City, I hope Andy Reid figures out exactly how to utilize him and, make his talents shine and not, look so dimming for the whole squad. But anyway, I got to get on off this football thing because I could sit here. We'll go on about football for the next 3 episodes. So we're going to get off this football thing right about now. I'm going to jump on into the next topic that we're going to get into this evening. I can't wait till folks start hitting me up, man. Don't forget, we got the chat room open. You can hit us up right here on Spreaker.com in the chat room and, give us some of your thoughts. Give us some of your analytical thinkings of how you feeling about some of these topics that's going on around us. Now, I guess I want to lighten this thing up a little bit because I be checking out some of these reality shows that's been out here, and they've been, oh my word, they are off the chain. I tell you, there's a couple that I've been watching here lately. Well, not lately, because one of them just started. What was it? Tuesday evening, and what was it? The Real Husbands of Hollywood, the spoof of all these Real Housewives shows with Kevin Hart and Dwayne Martin and Nick Cannon and what's that light-skinned nigga's name? I mean, that light-skinned dude name, Boris Kojo. And yeah, it got all of them in there. I'm going to tell you right now, I was not moved. They gonna have to work. Hey, this thing is gonna have to. Maybe it's gonna have to grow on me because I'm gonna tell you now. I like Kevin Hart and I like most of the stuff that he does. I love his stand-ups. His movies really get my goat most of the time. But this one here, I mean, yeah, it's a stretch for me. It's like you could have put your money somewhere else. You could have done something a little bit more productive. Maybe you'd have took a little bit more extra time and wrote you another stand-up. You really been doing well with those. Please don't do another airplane movie. But, as long as you in the stand-up world, you holding it down and you making that bread. So, but this one here, it's a stretch. But maybe, like I said, maybe it'll get better. It just got started. They just kind of easing you in. They letting you know who everybody is. They brought Robin Thicke up in there. Nelly's on there. I mean, it's but we'll see. Anyway, but I tell you what, though. I've been checking out them Real Housewives of Atlanta. I tell you what. Maybe I truly do understand why they call Atlanta the Peach State. Because, hot damn. Everybody, and I say everybody on that doggone show got a dunk. And I mean, woo. Now, let me say it the way I really mean it, because everybody got a dunk, true enough. But I only really pay attention to a couple of dunks. Because Phaedra got a dunk. Candy got a badunka dunk. I can't look at what that girl named, what the Miss America, Kenya, her dunk is fake, and she's ugly, and she looked like she got, oh my word, she looked like, you know what, she looked like she should be a spokesmodel for Proactive. That's how I see her every time I watch that reality show. I don't know what kind of airhead thinking she got going on, because it's like she has a conversation, but when she has a conversation, she's having a conversation with only herself, and nobody else is in the conversation except for Kenya. So, I mean, I don't understand what her point in life is right now. Yes, you were a Miss America back in '93. Now, granted, that was back when I graduated high school, so I know the bride kind of old anyway, and I know black don't crack or nothing like that. But when you get old, I figure you should have your acne all under control by now. But if not, then maybe you need to go holler at the dermatologist, and maybe that's why your boy don't want to holler at you like you want him to, or get married in Anguilla or whatever. But anyway, but I'm telling you, man, I do pay attention to Candy because I like her swag. I like how she gets down. She building that empire. She getting her cheese. She getting her bread, and I like that about her. So I like the way she get down. She got her a new beau. I felt sorry for her when her last dude passed away a few seasons back, whatnot. So good. I'm glad she's happy. I'm glad to see her smiling. She got her little sex toys doing their thing. I even done heard folks in Omaha got some of her little stuff. So, big ups to Candy. What they call, what's her sex called? What's her stuff called, Shauna?
Bedroom candy.
What?
Bedroom candy.
Bedroom candy. Hot damn, boy. Make you want to go do something with yourself. I mean to tell you, boy. Hey, anyway, let me stop because I ain't trying to go there with it. Not tonight. It's just the first show. We got a whole lot more in store for you. This Real Talk with your man, Jay Sharp. We having a good time, holding it down, having a little conversation. Finally being able to get some of this shit off my chest that I can't say when I'm, playing a lot of music, because I got to keep it going in one direction. But at this particular point, I get to just sit back and talk to the people, man. And I want y'all to get back to talking to me. We're gonna be doing this chat thing. The more we build this show, I know it's gonna be slow tonight, but it's all good, because the more y'all know how to get in contact with me, the more y'all gonna start hollering at your brother. So I look forward to chatting with all the listeners. I look forward to, y'all chiming in on some of these topics and some of the things that we talking about and that I'm spitting about, and I'm, you might think I'm rambling about. But I'm going to tell you right now, I don't give a damn. This my time. I'm going to shine. I'm going to say what I want to say, and I'm going to feel how I want to feel. If you got something you want to say, then you got a choice. Holler at me or shut the hell up. Listen up or tune out. It don't matter to me, because the more I lose, the more I'm going to gain. This is one thing that I got to say, and I'm going to say it every time I get on the mic. I'm not here just because I got a time slot and I was given the opportunity to sit up and say the things that I want to say. But when it's all said and done, whether you take me the way you like it or like it the way you take it, I'm saying these things that I say to you for a reason, because it's something that you might want to think about. It's a whole nother aspect of life that you might want to consider, that you might not even put in your memory banks or even been told at any point in your life. You might be 40, 50 years old. It don't matter. You might be 15, 16 years old. Let me say it again. It don't matter, because at this particular point, somebody, and that's your man Jay Sharp, is going to sit up and we're going to talk about stuff that's going on. We're going to talk about stuff that I sit up and watch engulf people's lives, because they so worried about what's going on with the next man that they don't think about what's going on within their own man. They need to start figuring out what's going on. We're going to talk about it. We're going to cut to the chase. We're going to bring it right back home and bring it right back to where I need to be, where you need to be, and where we all need to be within this whole big old family. You might not understand what I'm saying right now, but you'll catch it on the way home. So I tell you what, let's get serious for a minute, okay? Now, I want to talk a few politics before I get ready to get on up out of here. I've been hanging around with you for this hot little 30 minutes, and it's been fun already. And I look forward to everything else that we got to come. But I want to give a big up to my President Barack Obama, who gets inaugurated for the second time this Monday. and I look forward to taking part in watching those festivities and, enjoying watching him do the parade thing and get sworn in. Hopefully they don't fumble the words this go around, and it's all squared away and it's all crystal clear. But I really do look forward to being a part of that this Monday, and it's a great thing because it just happens to be on Martin Luther King Day this year. So I think it's one more victory for the black man. I gotta say it like it is, and I gotta say it like I said. So it is what it is. But like I say, it's a whole lot going on, especially since they couldn't get him out the office the first go around. So this second go around look like they trying to put on some. They done took off the 8-ounce gloves. They trying to put on the 6-ounce gloves. They want to try to blacken up and bruise up the president. But I see something that don't nobody else see. I see President Obama getting ready to show everybody there just how black he is this go around. He ain't got to worry about getting voted back in. He only get 8 years. This the second go around, and you can't stop him. That means executive orders is getting ready to take place in certain situations. That means more of a fight is going to get put up to these Republicans that think that they got so much control in the Senate and in the House that they not getting ready to understand that they wouldn't be arguing with Reagan. They didn't even argue with Clinton. They didn't like what Clinton was doing, but they didn't argue with him the way they arguing with Obama. And it's all about beating Obama. It's all about Obama being black. It's all about this. It's all about that. But it ain't never about the American people. When does this shit start being about the American people again? We've been digging ourselves out of this recession. Everybody been keeping quiet. Everybody had legitimate beef at the election time when they couldn't decide on who they wanted to vote for. They didn't really want Romney, but they wasn't sure if they wanted Obama because they didn't understand exactly what it took to get to the point that we are at this point right now. They don't understand that it just how much of a deficit he inherited when he came in. But everything is supposed to be laid on his shoulders because he had 4 years. So what? I mean, Clinton said it himself. It would take 5.5 years to recover from a recession that you just came in on. The recession was a few months old? It was still fresh in the mind. So, I mean, how would you expect him to come in here and turn over an entire recession in 4 years when it would take 5.5 years to even get a stable recovery on something of that nature? But at this particular point, you're not paying attention to the fact that he done took out all the threats. The terrorist level has lowered since he's been in office. America's been more secure since he's been in office. Kids are able to go to further their educations and go to college since he's been in office. No kid left behind. When Bush was in office, meant no kid getting left behind in the cafeteria getting fat and obese. That's all that meant, because they wasn't teaching them shit. So I mean, now that he's trying to put something in place for other folks other than himself or other than his his tax bracket or his class, why is it so hard for the Republicans to get on board and understand what he's trying to say? Something to think about if you ain't already thought about it. If you're wondering why, I'll tell you why. These Republicans feel like their life has been turned upside down. They got their heart broke by the finest bitch at the prom that would not even turn up her nose enough to give them the first fucking dance of the night. And without the cooperation of the world, the United States of America, the Republicans ain't shit. And they starting to realize that they ain't shit. And they putting up their last ditch effort to try to fight the president tooth and nail on each and everything that he does. And if you don't know, now you know. I ain't gonna say it's effed up, I'll say it's jacked up. We fought hard. We fought long. Our parents fought hard and long. Our grandparents fought even harder and longer just to see the day that a black man would be the President of the United States. But nobody understands that it doesn't stop there. That man is battling damn near an unwinnable battle in an 8-year span. But he's doing his best to put his best foot forward and change some shit in the United States of America. And anybody that ain't behind him, you might want to check yourself, because you sure about to let the Republicans wreck yourself. This your man, Jay Sharp. This Real Talk, Jay Sharp. I'm getting ready to bounce up out of here tonight. Hold it down. We'll be back tomorrow night. I'll see you when I see you. As your man said, the entertainer would say, I holla.